What's up, you guys? What is up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome back. If you are returning, you guys, my name is Shy, and I am on an ongoing journey to become the best version of myself that I could possibly be. And today, you guys, I'm starting my first day of the Daniel fast. So I thought it would only be fitting if I start with me going to church. So get ready with me as I get ready for church. Okay, so I went and got my tripod because, yeah, it's just better when I have it. This is gonna be the quickest get ready with me of all time because I am running late. I decided to do this after, waking up late and everything, so come on, let's get it. So today I'm gonna wear my glasses and just a bit of concealer because, like I said, I don't have a whole bunch of time. Anyway, if you guys are doing the Daniel fast with me, good job. But one of the things that my pastor was talking about last week is how we are kind of like unaligned vehicles. He was talking about how he has been driving his vehicle that has needs to be realigned, and he's been driving it like that for years now, but he hasn't gotten it fixed. He's just kind of adjusted how he's driven to make up for the fact that the car doesn't actually drive right. And he connected that to the lesson by saying, in a lot of ways we can feel it deep down in our spirit when we're not aligned with what God wants us to do, and we just kind of make up for it in other ways, right? We're like, well, it's okay that I'm doing this thing, but I'm making up for it by doing this thing so I can continue to do this thing. And it's not until we fix that thing. So like when he gets his car fixed, he actually finally realizes, actually he didn't get his car fixed. He drove his other car, his business car, for a long distance. And he was like, wow, this is actually really good. I could drive like this for hours. I actually prefer to drive like this. Like I can't go back to driving any other way because this is just so good. And yeah, it's kind of like our lives, right? When we do realign, we feel at our best. And I took a lot from that lesson last Sunday because I was like, this whole time I've been kind of eating junky, let's face it, and not the right portions, not the right foods, like not the right stuff in general. And I can feel it like in my body. I can feel it. And deep down, I feel bad every time I take a bite of something I know is just not good for me. And I feel heavier. I just don't feel like my best self. Like when I was in Switzerland and I was eating all the right stuff and I was eating vegan food and eating light. And that's not to say like meat is bad for you. It's just like when you're eating processed meat or you're eating fast food all the time, that's not good for you. And like I feel the difference. And so yeah, I'm really gonna start my Daniel fast with that in mind because I really do want to feel that alignment, like I did feel so much closer to God, and that I could actually save for another video because I was super close to God. I still am. But I do feel like there's a difference. Like I feel like when you're, eating all the right stuff and your body is clean and you kind of remove the consumption like of social media and secular music and stuff. And again, in moderation is okay, I think. But when you remove that stuff, it kind of clears up your ability to hear from God, I feel like. And it's like this unmistakable voice. And it's really beautiful because I felt like I was just really close, like almost like talking to my husband or my son, or, you know, it was beautiful. But anyway, so I am going to hurry up and get ready because I feel like I'm having a hard time talking and doing this at the same time. So give me 1 second. And this is the finished look. It is what it is. Let's go pound some clothes. Okay, this is pretty much it. Oh, this earring does not, oh, there we go. Okay, let me show you guys. Listen, don't judge the state of my bathroom. When I get ready, I'm always like rushing and throwing things hither and thither, so there you go. Oh, shoes. I'm just gonna wear these. I don't know, what do you guys think? I know.
So much more fulfilling and so much more meaningful. You realize about 3 or 4 days into the fast.
What's up, guys? So I'm on my way home from church, and it was so good. Like, I love my church. I love my pastor. He always does a good job of explaining the word and whatever message he has. He just does such a good job at like explaining it and giving stories and examples from the Bible and just like personal examples, and yeah, it was so good. So anyway, I kind of was thinking, I keep saying I'm gonna do a Daniel fast, but there may be some of you that don't actually know what that is, so I'm gonna explain quickly. So the Daniel fast, it comes from a story in the Bible, and you can find it in Daniel, where the king at the time, King Nebuchadnezzar, taken over people of Jerusalem, and he had taken what were considered some of the strongest young men, and he was trying to assimilate them. And the way he did that was by changing their names and by making them eat the king's food, and also he set up things where they would have to like worship him because he was a king. And so Daniel and 3 of his friends, I can't think of their like biblical names right now, but I know that the king Nebuchadnezzar changed their names to Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Abednego, it's actually pronounced. He had changed their names, and he had told them, as well as all the other young men, that they would have to eat the king's diet. But Daniel and his friends, they were like, nah, we're not going to do that, because a couple of things. A lot of the food for that they would have been eating would have been sacrificed to idols, I believe, and it just wasn't good food. And really, actually, I'll get into that in a second. So it wasn't good food. So they had asked one of the guards that was in charge if they could just eat vegetables and fruits and like basically whole foods and keep with that instead of eating the king's food. And so the guard had offered them favor, had found favor for them, and he basically said, I'm gonna do this for you, but the king, if you guys start losing a lot of weight and looking kind of bad, the king is going to have my head. Like he'll not be very pleased that I'm allowing the strongest men to lose all this weight and eat a different diet. And so they had faith in the Lord, and they said, you won't have to worry if you notice that we're, looking like that, looking bad, then, we'll switch the diet. And so that shows faith in the Lord. Like, even when you don't actually know what the Lord's will is, if you believe in him, when you know you're doing something right and you believe that he'll be there for you, having that faith, that shows, your trust in the Lord. And so anyway, they ate whole foods. They took out, meat and dairy and you know, all the bad stuff. And at the end of the period of time that they told the guards, you know, that they could check on them, they were actually even more healthy and even more stronger than the rest of the people, like the rest of the people that had been eating the king's diet. And so they were able to continue eating their diet. And so that's where the Daniel fast comes from. So basically what I am doing, and if you want to, you can do for the next 21 days, is I am keeping with that diet. So no meat, no fish, no dairy, no processed food, no fast food, obviously, no sugary foods. You can have plain coffee, you can have plain tea, and you can have 100% natural juices. And so yeah, that's pretty much what the Daniel fast is. I haven't had anything today. I had a cup of coffee, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I am gonna go do that now, you guys. I'm gonna go home, and I'll see you in a bit. I'm about to try and make a chickpea curry with some brown rice because that's allowed. And yeah, let's see how it turns out. Not sure if this is a sign that my curry was gonna be that good, but the power just went out, so I don't know. Maybe I do need to go raw. Yes. Going for a rainy walk with my baby. Ooh, this umbrella. One thing I learned from being in Switzerland is weather doesn't stop anything. As long as you got the right materials, of course, like an umbrella or a raincoat. So we're gonna go for a walk and hope the power comes back on by the time we get back. All right, this is what my chickpea curry is looking like right now. I'm gonna let this simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes and give it a taste test after. Dinner.
I don't know. Yeah.
What's up, you guys? So the video that you guys have been watching was recorded on Sunday, hence the reason I was going to church and talking about my church service and everything. I wanted to finish this video by Monday. I wanted to go and get my official weigh-in on Monday and then, you know, have my shorts come out. But guys, I am back to teaching at 2 a.m. in the morning, and it has been really, really super difficult to keep up with like life stuff in my YouTube. But I so want to prioritize my YouTube. You guys have no idea. I'm like, how did I do this in Switzerland? But I think the biggest thing is that, you know, I was on a normal schedule. I was able to wake up at like 6 and get my baby ready and then go to work and come back and work out, edit video, go back to sleep. Where here, I just have to figure out the routine really. Anyway, so there were a couple of things. I did do an official weigh-in, mostly because I promised you guys. I really did not want to. It's been really hard for me because I'm like, I don't want to face the facts. Like, I kind of just didn't want to face the facts. I'm just being honest. I didn't want to. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I did. It was bad. Like, I gained weight from Switzerland, but I still lost weight from the last time that I had the scan, which was really good. So I wanted to share that with you. It's really funny because when you do the Fit 3D scan, they actually show you like what your body looks like all of the lumps, all of the bumps, everything. And yeah. If you need motivation, two things. I got two things that you could do. The first is go and get a 3D scan and look at what your body actually looks like. Like, not just what you perceive it to be in the mirror, not what it looks like with clothes. Fit 3D style, just saying. The other thing is get you a Jamaican grandmother. I'm just saying. I went to go visit my in-laws and I saw my grandmother-in-law and she said something like, I see you've gotten fatter already, or something. I was like, dang. And they will do that to you. Like, my Jamaican grandmother will do that. My in-laws will do that. And it's out of love. Like, you need that honesty. You know, she's not trying to hurt my feelings. Anyway, so since I have been back from Switzerland, gained a little bit of weight and everything, I am currently at 219.7 pounds. So, I mean, it's obviously not the best, right? But that means I have lost 23.1 pounds since starting the unrecognizable in 80 days challenge, which is good. What I thought was interesting is that I actually currently have more body fat mass on me than I did when I started. So before, I was lifting a lot of weights, but obviously when I went to Switzerland, I was doing more cardio. I went from 66 pounds of fat mass to 83.6. And I think also that has to do with some lean muscle loss from not eating enough protein. So I'll probably lose more muscle mass since I'm Daniel fasting. Anyway, yeah, I also thought it was kind of interesting that my waist went down 2 inches, my bust went down about a half an inch, and my hips have gone down 2.5 inches. So that was interesting as well. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to say, so I originally wanted to go raw for the Daniel fast, but my husband's been doing it with me, and I think it's really better if I'm not eating a separate diet and he's eating another diet, and then our kids are eating a different diet. So I've just decided to do, you know, regular foods for now. I will try to incorporate more raw foods into my diet, but for now, I'm just Daniel fasting, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm sorry that it took me so long to get this video out. I'm really praying for consistency. You guys just pray for me. I hope you guys are doing well. You should do this challenge too. You should do it as well. I'm going to try and make a little printout for you guys so you can see what foods are allowed and you know, maybe even some recipes or something, because I'm loving it so far. It's going really well. I love you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I will catch you guys next Monday. I'm going to do my best next Monday, and I have shorts coming out every single day. Go check those out. See you next time.